blah, 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 blah.
I do not miss setting these cameras up.
I don't miss thinking of something smart to say.
No, okay.
Did you miss me? I know that they missed me.
We're back! And we just saw Hotel Transylvania 3 4 years. 4 years later.
So, Chris.
What?
Was it better than Hotel Transylvania 2?
Is this the part where we start doing this and saying it's better than the second one? Because that's what we did in my head.
Let's solve our problems by having the most positive dance-off party we can imagine.
I'm pretty sure all 3 movies have ended like that now. And like in the second one, they were just like, I know how to finish things off, a dance party. At least in this one it made more sense.
Do you think they have a running joke?
Within production, it's a running joke, probably. How many times can we end a movie with a dance sequence?
But not even just like ending it, resolving the whole plot with one simple dance party and then everything's okay.
That's one thing I wanted to mention. Gendy seems to really like his raves.
Raves?
Yeah, there's that whole episode of Samurai Jack that is just like one rave. Like a dance party. And then Jack dresses up like a big baby.
Is there a script that you're reading that I'm not?
Because all the kids in the village are like being brainwashed by Aku's dark music.
I feel like there's some part of his childhood that's being brought to surface.
Or maybe he just really likes raves.
Yeah, but they always involve dark, mind-controlling music. Maybe he believes that rock and roll corrupts the brain.
So, Bert.
Yeah.
Was it as good as Hotel Transylvania 1?
Oh.
This is the big line that I wanted to give you, so you better get it right.
I haven't seen the first one in a while, but I kind of think it was.
That's not what you're supposed to say.
I don't know. Do you know what the problem is? You built the first one up, and then when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it was cute. Whereas this one...
I don't think I built the first one up.
You did. And now this one, I was like, oh, God. And it was pretty funny, and I liked it. You tell me. You answer the question.
I do agree with you. I did enjoy this movie. I don't know if I liked it as much as the first one. I think I need to see the first one again to be able to know that, but I definitely wasn't expecting to like it more going in.
The trailer did a really bad job of making it seem like pop music, kids, beach balls, it's a movie, but this was really...
Well,
like, there were so many nuggets of comedy. I loved it.
I feel like the trailers for movies have just gotten worse and worse at representing the final product. Because they're trying to sell like the lowest common denominator.
Are you talking about the poor people?
We kept seeing the trailers in front of all these movies that we've been seeing. And I just kept thinking like, this looks only slightly better than the second movie. And I feel like the second movie was more Adam Sandler's movie, whereas the first and this one was more Gendy's movie. Like, the second movie just didn't really have a focus. And it kind of did, but it didn't really go anywhere. And it didn't really have, like, a central conflict. It was just like, we gotta do this, and then they did a bunch of random stuff.
I think...
But this is like, from the opening scene, there is a very clear focus, there is a very clear conflict, and you get a really good idea of what the movie is going to be. Almost to a fault. It's very simple, and it's very predictable, but it was still entertaining.
I mean, that's what a good movie does. It can take this simple story that you've seen 25 times, and if it's done well and there are good jokes and good characters, then they can get away with that.
Well, I agree with you, but I don't think a lot of you would, judging off of the online reaction to The Incredibles 2, which has been very negative.
I need to start using the internet, I guess, because I have only heard positive things.
Would you like to tell us about the plot of Hotel Transylvania 3?
There's a Van Helsing. If they've seen the trailer, then they already know. There's a Van Helsing daughter.
I disagree because the trailer was so bad.
It's the feud between the Monster Hunter family, the Van Helsings, and Dracula, and in the end they fall in love.
So the movie opens with the sequence where, like, Dracula and his gang are being chased down by Van Helsing. And then it turns into this, like, really crazy slapstick sequence.
You forgot to say back in the 1800s.
Fast forward 100 years, and we're at the hotel, we're at present day, and Drac is lonely. He's putting together a wedding, and he's lonely, so he starts to try and date online. And then Mavis is like, oh, I think he's stressed from work. She planned, like, this big vacation for everybody. And they go on this boat cruise, and Dracula is kind of bitter because it's just a hotel on a boat, he feels, but he falls in love again with the crew, with the ship's captain, who turns out to be related to the Van Helsings. You can pretty much predict the rest of the movie. Let's start with the positives. I really liked the animation in this movie.
Yep.
I'm not usually that impressed by CGI, but every time Genndy has made a CGI movie, it does the thing that I love, where it's like rubbery, it's like squishy.
Everything looks substantial, like you could poke it or touch it, like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
It's like gummy candy.
Yeah.
And I like it a lot.
Me too.
It's not just like a solid object moving around like a human, it's like this weird animated cartoon that gets stretched and morphed. It's a lot more expressive, I feel, than Pixar movies. I don't know if you would agree with me there.
Having just seen The Incredibles, it's hard to say. Because I feel that way about The Incredibles,
I guess
too.
it's expressive in a different kind of way. And I prefer this way. I guess I should say that instead. What did you like about the movie?
I liked all of the little jokes with his crew of men. I liked...
Fish with the human feet?
No, his crew. The mummy, the werewolf.
His squad?
Yeah. Shut up. I liked all the side jokes with his squad, his gang of friends.
I liked when the werewolves got rid of their kids.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that the punchline with them was that they were just going to stand in place the whole time, talking about how they could do anything.
I mean, they kind of did that for a little while, and then they became dogs.
Why was the one girl so weird when they said the word dog?
Because, like, no dogs allowed, or sometimes we can't have dogs around, but they're a human dog. So.
Now I get it. It was weird that CeeLo Green wasn't the mummy, though.
Yeah, I was confused by that. I was like, what's up with him?
He probably costs too much money now.
We didn't miss you.
Because of his hit show, The Voice.
Is he even on that anymore?
I thought he was. Well, I don't know about anymore, but he was when it started.
I liked all the jokes with Mavis's husband. He was super funny in this one.
I was expecting to be annoyed by the fact that they weren't going to have this movie set in the hotel, but I was fine with how it played out.
Yeah, no, it was fun. The old people, the music, it had a lot of good little moments in it. Nothing passed by and got boring. I really thought the music was well done. The
only song I really remember is the end.
The Donka Shane song? That was hysterically placed.
Oh, you're talking about the licensed music?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a lot of it in this movie, and it was really well used.
I didn't really notice any of the original music.
Yeah, me neither.
I think you feel this way, and I feel this way too. I don't know if I'm becoming less critical, or if these movies are actually good. I was laughing at this a lot more than I was the second one. And I think even the first one, there was just a lot more like little moments of humor here and there that
Like
I found to be very funny. Like the Gremlins. Like that whole scene was just, it was really funny.
They take every moment of, and now we're on an airplane going to the cruise ship, and they make humor in every single aspect.
And I think that's Gendy.
Yeah.
I think that's like where the second one is more Adam Sandler's movie, and it's just people like riffing off each other. This relies a lot more on visual humor.
I feel like you could really pick this movie apart, and like there's crap there that you could pick apart and make fun of, but overall, if you just let yourself enjoy it, it's a good time. It's a great movie to show a family.
I really liked the relationships a lot more in this than I think the other two.
It's relationships.
Just the dynamics between everybody. It did a good job. It almost like paralleled the first movie, relationship-wise, between Mavis and Dracula. I really liked the scene where Dracula was saving Erica from all the things that were gonna kill her.
Oh my god, that was so cute.
They were like half dancing. That scene was done really well. That's another scene where usually that happens and you're just like, okay, come on, they're making a connection, I get it, but it was fun. It was like, it just seems like they had a lot more fun making this movie than they did the last one.
It's all the little jokes. Makes you feel like you're in on it with the creators.
Just like from the ground up though, like the story is so much more interesting. It's not just like, oh, we gotta protect the grandson from the grandpa. It's like, it's more driven by classic monster things.
There were a lot of relationships too. Father-daughter, in-law relationships, love. It was great.
And it was balanced pretty well.
Yeah, it was nice to see everyone interact.
I really liked the villain a lot. I liked his design when he popped up. He was very gross.
Oh, he was so gross. He had old man scabs in his ear and hair everywhere and lack of hair everywhere. It was awesome.
I feel like he is going to scare a lot of children this weekend, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah, he's a great monster. He should be dead.
What?
Like, he's so old and his organs have all failed, and...
Well, when he first popped up, he kind of reminded me of the scientist from The City of Lost Children.
Yeah, kind of like that. Except in a PG movie.
He, wheeled into the scene, and I was like, oh, it's, my favorite movie. And then there was just this 3-minute exposition where he explained how he kept himself alive. I really didn't think they needed that. They had a lot of unnecessary exposition, and it's not even that it was unnecessary, it's just that it was, written in a way that was really boring. There were a lot of scenes in this movie where, when I was a child, I would get bored by scenes like them. Like the scenes where Mavis would confide in her husband about how concerned she was about Dracula. I didn't care about that when I was a kid. I just wanted to see the monsters have fun. And I can see this movie being kind of boring for kids, but I think overall they would be fine. Except they're definitely going to have nightmares from the old man who should be dead.
Okay, well, I think this movie's great for kids.
Exactly, because they're going to have nightmares.
You're really selling it to the parents out there.
I hope I am. Let's talk about the performances. I liked Adam Sandler. I liked all of his friends.
Yeah.
I really liked
Steve Buscemi.
I really liked Erica a lot.
Yeah, she did great.
She was a pretty good character. They did a really good job.
They did a good job exposing her conflict, and...
Yeah, because usually when they have a movie like this where it's like, I had to do this, but I didn't really want to, you're just like, come on. But this, it was like, it seemed a lot more natural than usual.
Yeah, I think, you sympathize
with her more. It sounds like you disagree with me.
No, I agree. I think I sympathized with her more than I expected to.
In those situations, usually it's like they're being tricked into doing it, or they're doing it against their will. In this, it's like she wants to do it, and then she actually changes as a person throughout the course of the movie.
Yeah, it's a growing moment. It was nice.
It's not like, you don't understand! You saw the wrong thing about me! You saw that scene out of context! If you would just talk to me, you'd get it.
Is there any performance that you didn't like?
Selena Gomez, I thought, did a really bad job.
Yeah, what's with that? Her character
sounded really phoned in. Like, she just did not care. She was just, like, talking.
It's probably because this hasn't jump-started her acting career and she knows it. Other than that, though, I think I liked everyone a lot.
Yeah, I liked Chris Parnell as all the fish.
Yeah, that was funny. The fish were really
At first I thought, like, there was just one talking fish. It took me a while to realize it was just all of them were voiced by him. They never really explained what those were, did they?
Yeah, like, how did the Van Helsings get that many fish to serve with?
I thought they were gonna be some kind of, like, slave clone army. Like, some weird mutated mermaid that had the wrong half be person.
Okay, well, you're just weird.
It's like a top fish with human legs. I totally thought it was gonna be like a reverse mermaid.
I think you're weird.
They put so much attention on their feet when they're introduced.
Because it's so funny looking. They're just funny looking, like all the other characters.
I really liked the ending scene where they were like fighting with the music. It reminded me a lot of the scene in Scott Pilgrim where they do that, except in that movie that scene's a lot better.
I feel like that scene could have used some help, and was the only scene I was kind of bored at.
I feel like that scene would have been better if it was animated like the credits.
Yeah, I can see that.
I really like the animation in the credits of these movies.
Oh yeah, it reminds me of Samurai Jack.
They make me sad that the entire movie aren't animated like that. Like, watching those scenes just make me want to watch a movie like that.
That's how I felt about the Incredibles credits, too.
Really?
Yeah, they were beautiful. I really liked them.
I don't know if I would recommend it. If you like the other two, you should go see it.
I would recommend it for families.
I don't know, because I feel like these movies are made more for, like, adults who are fans of horror and just fans of him, of the director.
Okay, yeah, but they all have kids now, so it's for families with cool parents only. If you're not a cool parent, then you can't watch it.
If your children know what gremlins are, they will like this movie. I was not hearing a lot of laughing in the theater. Well, the laughing I was hearing was coming from the adults.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like for kids, this is an adventure action movie, and for adults, it's a comedy. And it's paired well. It's paired together very tastefully.
It was pretty okay. I enjoyed it. It made me laugh. There's a lot of stuff in it visually that I really liked. We're back, everybody! We did it, everybody! We're back! Monster trucks really killed us.
There was a trailer. You should show. You need to include a link to the
AXL.
trailer. There's a movie that looks like Monster Trucks, except Monster Truck, except it's about robots and it's really stupid looking. It was a perfect reunion present. Drum roll, jazz hands, fireworks in the background.
What do you want to review next? Because the next children's film that comes out is Teen Titans Go.
Man, that movie Smallfoot looks like it's gonna be a classic.
I really like this in more recent animated movie trailers. And when I say I like this, I mean I really hate it. But I really like in these modern animated trailers where it's not enough to just have the name of the actor anymore. They have to, like, show that it's the actor behind the character.
Because people don't, they don't listen to voice acting.
It's because there aren't movie stars anymore. So they need to, like, see who it is. They don't know them by name.
Yeah.
So they should just stop making movies based off of who's in them. They should stop canceling Gendy's movies.
Hot people.
They should stop canceling Gendy's movies. The man has made 3 of some of the best cartoons ever made, and he turned an Adam Sandler comedy into a multi-million-dollar brand. He deserves better than this.